Sun Quan led his forces against Xiakou. Huangzu's troops collapsed again and again. Knowing the city could not be held, he abandoned Jiangxia and fled toward Jingzhou. Gan Ning had long guessed Huangzu would run for Jingzhou, so he lay in ambush outside the east gate. Huangzu burst out with a few dozen riders to escape, when suddenly a battle cry rang out and Gan Ning blocked the road. From horseback, Huangzu tried to plead. "I did you no wrong back then. Why press me so hard?" Gan Ning shouted back. "I earned merit at Jiangxia, yet you treated me like a river bandit. What more is there to say today?" Realizing he could not escape, Huangzu wheeled his horse and fled. Gan Ning spurred forward in pursuit. Behind him another shout rose. Cheng Pu was arriving with men. Fearing his credit would be stolen, Gan Ning wheeled, knocked an arrow and loosed it backhand. Huangzu toppled from his horse with the shaft in him. Gan Ning took the head, met up with Cheng Pu, and returned to present the trophy to Sun Quan. Sun Quan ordered Huangzu's head placed in a wooden coffer to be offered before his father Sun Jian's spirit upon returning to Jiangdong. He rewarded the army and promoted Gan Ning to commandant. The officers debated whether to garrison Jiangxia. Zhang Zhao advised, "A lone city is hard to hold. Better to return to Jiangdong for now. Liu Biao will surely seek vengeance. If we rest in the center, meet him at our leisure, and strike once he is beaten, Xiang will be within reach." Sun Quan agreed, abandoned Jiangxia, and marched back. On the way, the captive Su Fei secretly begged Gan Ning for help from his cage cart. Gan Ning said, "Even if he said nothing, I would not forget a benefactor." After they reached Wuhu, Sun Quan intended to sacrifice with Huangzu's head, and then execute Su Fei. Gan Ning entered, kowtowed in tears. "Without Su Fei's past rescue, I would have died with no grave. How could I be a general today? Though he has a crime, I will surrender rank and office to redeem his life." Sun Quan said, "Since he once showed you grace, I will spare him for your sake. But what if he takes the chance to flee?" Gan Ning answered, "For a pardon from death he will only be grateful. Why would he run? If he does, Gan Ning will answer with his own head." Sun Quan pardoned Su Fei, and used only Huangzu's head for the sacrifice. A victory feast followed. In the midst of drinking, a man burst into tears, sprang up, and rushed at Gan Ning with a drawn sword. Gan Ning snatched up a chair to block. Sun Quan looked closely. It was Ling Tong. Years before at Jiangxia, Gan Ning's arrow had killed Ling Tong's father, Ling Chao. Now meeting face to face, Ling Tong sought vengeance. Sun Quan hurried to mediate. Then each served his lord and could not hold back. "Now we are of one household. Let the old hatred rest for my sake." Ling Tong knocked his head to the floor and wept. A father's blood feud cannot share the same sky. Despite repeated persuasion, he glowered still. To avoid a clash, Sun Quan that day ordered Gan Ning to take 5,000 men and 100 warships to guard Xiakou. Gan Ning departed. Sun Quan gave Ling Tong the rank of commandant of inherited valor, and Ling Tong swallowed his rage for the time being. Eastern Wu then intensified shipbuilding, posted troops along the riverbanks, set Sun Jing to guard Wuhu. Sun Quan encamped the main force at Chaisang, and Zhou Yu drilled the navy daily on Poyang Lake, preparing for a great war. Liu Bei sent scouts toward Jiangdong and received word. Sun Quan has killed Huangzu and now camps at Chaisang. He asked Zhuge Liang for counsel. Even as they spoke, Liu Biao, governor of Jingzhou, sent an invitation for Liu Bei to come to Jingzhou for deliberations. Zhuge Liang said, "Most likely because Jiangdong has broken Huangzu and Liu Biao wishes to discuss vengeance. I will accompany you and act as the situation allows. We will have a plan." Liu Bei agreed, left Guan Yu to hold Xinya, and took Zhang Fei with 500 to Jingzhou. On the road, Liu Bei asked, "How should I answer Liu Biao?" Zhuge Liang said, "First thank him for the Xiangyang affair. If he asks you to campaign east against Jiangdong, do not agree. Say you must first return to Xinya to marshal troops." After arriving, Liu Bei quartered at the post house, stationed Zhang Fei outside the city, and entered with Zhuge Liang to pay respects. Formalities complete, Liu Bei apologized from the steps. Liu Biao said, I know about Yuan Shu harming your sworn brothers. I wished then to behead Kai Mao to appease you, but all pleaded for him, so I spared him. Pray do not take offense. Liu Bei replied, it was likely not the general's intent. Subordinates acted too far. Liu Biao continued, now that Jiangxia is lost and Huangzu killed, I have asked you to plot our revenge. Liu Bei said, Huangzu was hot-tempered and poor at using men. That is why he fell. If we march south on Jiangdong now, and Cao Cao presses from the north, what then? Liu Biao sighed. I am old and ill, unable to manage affairs. If you would assist me, and should I pass, Jingzhou I would entrust to you. Liu Bei hastily declined. I dare not presume such a weight. Zhuge Liang signaled with his eyes not to speak too absolutely. Liu Bei answered, allow me to consider it slowly, and withdrew. Zhuge Liang said, Jingsheng Liu Biao is minded to hand over Jingzhou, why reject it? Liu Bei said, he has treated me with grace. How could I seize his land in his distress? Zhuge Liang sighed long. Truly a lord of benevolence. Just then came Liu Biao's eldest son Liu Qi, begging an audience. Entering, he wept and knelt. My stepmother, Lady Kai, will not abide me, my life hangs by a thread. Uncle, please save me. Liu Bei said, this is your family matter. I cannot intervene. Zhuge Liang gave a faint smile at the side. Liu Bei took the hint and said, tomorrow I will send Kong Ming to call on you. Do exactly as I say, he will have a stratagem. Next day Liu Bei pled stomach pain and sent Zhuge Liang in his stead. Received into the rear hall, Liu Qi again begged. My stepmother persecutes me. Sir, save me. Zhuge Liang said, I am but a guest. How dare I meddle in kin strife? If word leaks, disaster follows. He rose to leave. Liu Qi constrained him to a private room to drink. Amid wine Liu Qi still implored. Zhuge Liang again demurred. In haste Liu Qi said, since you have come, why refuse? He pressed him to sit and added, I have an ancient book for you to see. Then led him up a small tower. Zhuge Liang asked, where is the book? Liu Qi suddenly knelt and cried, my stepmother will not spare me. My life is in peril. Can you bear to say nothing? Zhuge Liang moved to descend, but the staircase had been removed. Liu Qi said, I seek your teaching, yet you fear a leak and will not speak. Now we are neither above nor below. Say it just once to me alone. A third ear will never hear. Zhuge Liang still said, an outsider should not intrude in family. Liu Qi, in despair, drew his sword to cut his throat. Zhuge Liang rushed to stop him. There is already a sound plan. Liu Qi bowed for guidance. Zhuge Liang said, have you heard of Shenxing and Chong'e? Shenxing stayed at home and was harmed. Chong'e went abroad and preserved himself. Now that Huangzu has newly fallen, Jiangxia lacks a commander. Submit a memorial asking to take charge there. You will avoid calamity and win merit. Liu Qi thanked him, had the latter replaced and saw Zhuge Liang down. Zhuge Liang returned to Liu Bei and reported. Liu Bei rejoiced. Next day Liu Qi memorialized to guard Jiangxia. Liu Biao hesitated and asked Liu Bei again. Liu Bei said, Jiangxia is pivotal. It should not go to others. Let the prince himself go. You and the prince can bear the southeast. As for the northwest concern, I will share the burden. Liu Biao added, I hear Cao Cao and Yi is digging the Xuanwu pool to train a navy. He may plan a southern expedition. We must not be careless. Liu Bei replied, I know of it. Do not worry for now, and return to Xinya. Liu Biao allowed Liu Qi to take 3,000 troops to garrison Jiangxia. On Cao Cao's side, he set aside the three excellencies and took the title chancellor, appointing Mao Jie as left registrar, Cui Yan as right registrar, and Sima Yi styled Zhongda as literary aide. Sima Yi, a native of Wen and Henei from the eminent Sima clan, was learned and full of stratagems. With civil officials in place, Cao Cao summoned his generals to discuss the southern campaign. Xiahou Dun advised, Liu Bei trains day and night at Xinye. He will become a future menace, better strike early. Cao Cao appointed Xiahou Dun overall commander, with Eugene, Li Dian, Xiahou Lan and Han Hao as lieutenants, ordering a force of 100,000 to push on Bowang and probe Xinye. Sun Yu cautioned, Liu Bei is a hero, and now he has Zhuge Liang as strategist, do not take them lightly. Xiahou Dun scoffed, Liu Bei is but a rat, I will surely seize him. Su Shu added, do not underestimate them. With Zhuge Liang, Liu Bei is as a tiger given wings. Cao Cao asked, what sort of man is Zhuge Liang? Su Shu replied, styled Kong Ming, called the Crouching Dragon. His talents span heaven and earth. His schemes approach the uncanny, a rare genius of the age. Cao Cao asked, and compared with you? Su Shu said, I am a firefly. He is the bright moon, we cannot be spoken of on the same day. Xiahou Dun would not listen. Exaggeration. I will capture Liu Bei in one charge and take Zhuge alive. Cao Cao said, send swift news of victory to comfort me. Xiahou Dun marched out. Liu Bei honored Zhuge Liang as his teacher. Guan Yu and Zhang Fei were uneasy. Kong Ming is young. How great can his learning be? Elder brother values him too highly, and we have yet to see real skill. Liu Bei said, with Kong Ming, I am like a fish in water, say no more. They withdrew but remained doubtful. One day someone delivered a yak tail. To ease his mind, Liu Bei braided the tail hair into a tassel for his cap. Zhuge Liang entered, saw it, and said sternly, if your heart dwells on trifles, how can we speak of grand designs? Liu Bei set the cap aside and apologized. It was a passing distraction. Zhuge Liang asked, honestly, compared with Cao Cao? Liu Bei said, I fall short. Zhuge Liang continued, you have only a few thousand men. If Chao's army descends, how will you respond? Liu Bei sighed, I worry over this and have no good plan. Zhuge Liang said, at once levy local militia, and I will train them, so we may await the enemy. Liu Bei recruited 3,000 at Xinye, and Zhuge Liang drilled them day and night. Soon scouts reported. Cao Cao had ordered Xiahou Dun to lead 100,000 straight for Xinye. Hearing this, Zhang Fei said to Guan Yu, let Kong Ming try a battle, and we'll know. As they spoke, Liu Bei summoned them for council. Zhang Fei joked, why not send water? A pun for dousing fire. Liu Bei said gravely, wisdom rests on Kong Ming. Valor relies on you too, no shirking. He turned to Zhuge Liang to set the plan. Fearing Guan and Zhang might not obey, Zhuge Liang requested the sword tally. Liu Bei handed it over at once, and Zhuge Liang mustered the officers. Zhang Fei whispered to Guan Yu, let's hear how he deploys us. Zhuge Liang ordered. Left of Bowang lies Mount Yu, right is Anlin, both suit ambush. Lord Guan, take 1,000 to lie in wait before Mount Yu. Let the enemy main body pass. Do not block it. Strike their rear transport when you see fire rise to the south. Press the wind to burn the supply train. Lord Zhang, take 1,000 to ambush in the valley behind Anlin. When you see southern flames, set fire at the old granary near Bowang. Guan Ping and Lu Feng, take 500 with fire devices and hide on both flanks behind Bowang slope. At first watch, when the enemy arrives, ignite together. Summon Zhao Yun from Fanqing to lead the vanguard. Feign weakness and lure the enemy deep. My lord will hold a force behind to support. All must follow orders exactly. Guan Yu asked, if we all go out, what will the strategist do? Zhuge Liang said, I will hold the county seat. Zhang Fei laughed. We risk our lives while you sit at home, very carefree. Zhuge Liang raised the tally. Who disobeys shall be executed. Liu Bei said, do not forget. Plans in the tent decide victory 1,000 li away. Do not defy orders. Zhang Fei snorted and left. Guan Yu said, we shall see, if it works then speak. Zhuge Liang told Liu Bei, today billet the troops at the foot of Bowang. Tomorrow night the enemy will arrive. Then abandon camp in a feigned retreat. Once you see the fires, we'll back and strike from the rear. I will keep 500 with Mi Zhu and Mi Fang to guard the city, and have Sun Qian and Jianyong prepare a victory feast and a register of merits." With the arrangements made, Liu Bei was still uneasy but complied. Xiahou Dun reached Bowang with Eugene and others, placing half the elite in the van, and the rest to guard the grain wagons. Autumn winds were rising. A great dust plume loomed ahead. He had Eugene and Li Dian steady the lines and rode out to view the foe. The opposing vanguard proved to be Zhao Yun with light cavalry. Xiahou Dun laughed to the sky. Su Shu praised Zhuge Liang to the heavens before the chancellor. "Is this the caliber of their vanguard? I will not rest tonight until I reach Xinya." At the clash of armies, Zhao Yun yielded after only a few passes and fled. Xiahou Dun spurred after him. Zhao Yun ran tinly, turned to fight, then ran again. Han Hao urged caution. "It's a lure, there may be ambushes." Xiahou Dun said, "Even 10 ambushes won't stop me." He chased to Bowang slope. Suddenly a signal cannon boomed, and Liu Bei struck from the flank. Xiahou Dun sneered to Han Hao. "So this is their ambush? We must push on to Xinya today." He pressed forward. Liu Bei and Zhao Yun withdrew per the plan. Dusk fell. Clouds smothered the moon. The night wind rose sharper. The army funneled through a narrow path choked with reeds. Li Dian said to Eugene, "The ground is tight. If there is fire, we are in danger." Eugene said, "Hold the rear. I will warn the commander." He spurred ahead. "The southern way is cramped and thick with brush. We must beware fire." Xiahou Dun started and ordered a halt. Before he finished, a thunderous shout erupted behind as flames leapt up. The reeds on both sides caught at once. In an instant fire raged on every side, driven by the gale, wind feeding flame, chaos everywhere. Chao's ranks trampled one another. The dead and injured were countless. Zhao Yun wheeled about to strike. Xiahou Dun, amid smoke and flames, hacked his way out in disgrace. Seeing the disaster, Li Dian raced back toward Bowang, but was blocked by Guan Yu and had to hack through desperately. Eugene, discovering the grain train burned, slipped off by a side path to save his life. Xiahou Lan and Han Hao moved to save the supplies but collided with Zhang Fei. Within a few passes, Zhang Fei speared Xiahou Lan from his saddle, and Han Hao fled. Fighting raged until dawn before Liu Bei recalled the troops. The ground was littered with corpses. Blood ran like a river. A verse bears witness. At Bowang, fire decided the day. Commands like conversation carried the field. Enough to startle Chao Gong's heart. First triumph of the dragon newly out of the thatch. Xiahou Dun gathered the remnants and slunk back to Xuchang. Zhuge Liang sounded the recall. Guan and Zhang looked at one another and bowed in heartfelt submission. Kongming is truly a hero. Soon Mi Zhu and Mi Fang arrived escorting a small carriage. Zhuge Liang sat within. Guan and Zhang dismounted to bow at the wheel. Liu Bei, Zhao Yun, Lu Feng, and Guan Ping joined to tally the spoils and grain, award merits, and return in triumph to Xinya. The people lined the road to thank them. Our lives today are saved because the governor has found a worthy man. Back in the county, Zhuge Liang said to Liu Bei, though Xiahou Dun is beaten, Cao Cao will likely come south in person. Liu Bei asked, "What then?" Zhuge Liang smiled calmly. "I have another plan to bar him." A foreshadowing, see the next chapter. Summary. This chapter turns on 3 lines. First, Eastern Wu crushes Huangzu. Gan Ning kills him outside the gate and, for the sake of past kindness, pleads successfully for Su Fei's life. Yet this also plants a blood feud with Ling Tong. Sun Quan's deployments are orderly, with Zhou Yu drilling the fleet. Jiangdong shifts into war prep. Second, Jingzhou's tangle of home and state. Liu Biao hints at ceding Jingzhou, but Liu Bei declines out of righteousness. Under stepmother pressure, Lu Qi uses Zhuge Liang's up the tower, remove the stairs moment to force a private council. Request to garrison Jiangxia. Retreat to advance. preserve himself and earn merit. Third, Bowang Slope, Kongming's first command. The plan hinges on luring deep with Zhao Yun, coordinated arson by Guan Yu and Zhang Fei, and Liu Bei's supporting strike. With autumn wind and reed beds as tinder, the fire attack routs Xiahou Dun, the crouching dragon's first merit, on the stage of war. The chapter foreshadows two looming moves: Jiangdong's naval buildup and Cao Cao's likely southern expedition, setting the board for coming storms between Jingzhou and Jiangdong. Knowledge points. 1. Gan Ning's arrow and Huangzu's death. The novel dramatizes Gan Ning personally shooting Huangzu and taking his head. Historical sources record Huangzu's defeat and death at Sun Quan's hands, and that Gan Ning rose due to conspicuous bravery and merit, but they do not specify this single arrow kill. The scene heightens narrative tension and ties off Gan Ning's grievance. 2. Ling Tong drawing his sword at the victory feast. History agrees that Ling Chao, Ling Tong's father, died in the Jiangxia fighting, fueling the feud, but there is no firm record of an on-the-spot assassination attempt at a banquet. The episode underscores Sun Quan's leadership in suppressing intra-army vendetta for the greater cause. 3. Lu Qi's removed stairs and the Jiangxia posting. Lu Qi was indeed sidelined by Lady Kai's faction and later stationed at Jiangxia. The novel casts Zhuge Liang as the architect via a forced private council. Historically, Lu Qi's appointment likely stemmed from Liu Biao's political arrangements more than a single stratagem by Zhuge Liang.